Aloha, this is Tom Lesher with the weekly Pele Report. I think this thing is on. Down here in Sedona at the foot of Cathedral Rock. It's a beautiful, beautiful place where the earth energies are very powerful and very strong, and we have these vortices of energy that are like portals into multi-dimensional, infinite realities. It's amazing to have this connection between Gaia, the Earth, and the far distant galaxies, with the far distant stars and the extraterrestrial energy coming through here. So I hope this report isn't too spaced out. Anyway, what's going on here May 16th is that there are basically 5 planets coming to join together right at the end of the sign of Taurus, the bull, the earth. And I spoke about this energy last week in my last report. But it's culminating just then as on Sunday the sun moves into the sign of Gemini. And as it comes into the sign of Gemini, the moon catches up to it. And we have a solar eclipse this Sunday at 0 degrees of the sign of Gemini, which is actually in the constellation of the bull. And this is a very spectacular event, and it's very powerful. It's a South Nodal eclipse. It's at the south node of the moon, which has its own significance. And it will be followed by a lunar eclipse 2 weeks from now on June 4th. And this process that we're moving into now it's almost, this is a reseeding. What an eclipse does is it breaks the etheric, the aura of the earth is broken. And at the South Node Eclipse then, and a solar eclipse, the moon is between. It's a new moon. The moon is between. So we have the sun, moon, earth, and then we have 0 degrees of Gemini, which is almost like out there by anti-galactic center. We know that the galactic center is in Sagittarius, and this is this eclipse happening in Gemini. It's the opposite. So it's coming from deep space. So the aura of the earth is broken, and it is allowing diverse energies from deep space, very foreign elements, to enter into our sphere, enter into our cells, enter into our magnetic field, and reseed us. And that's why this is a very powerful time for going inward, because what can be indicated is it's just like, how do I put it, In alchemy, the chemist will add a catalyst. And this new energy coming from far, far distant space and realms comes in as this new catalyst. And what happens when you add this catalyst? There can be disturbance, explosiveness. It's a time of great change, of sudden unpredictable events happening. And so this is a time where it's very necessary to go within. And this is the Taurus energy. It's so beautiful to have Jupiter, Black Moon Lilith, Mercury, and then the moon coming through Taurus Friday and Saturday before this eclipse on Sunday. Is this time of going inward, being still, grounding, and connecting with your core. Stabilize yourself. Become self-sufficient. This is the nature of Taurus the bull. It's around survival. It's around money. It's around possessions. It's around my body. It's securing myself in my body. Because then when this eclipse happens in Gemini, followed by the lunar eclipse also in Gemini later on, Gemini is mutable, changeable. the joker, the trickster, coyote. Anything can happen. Everything is up in the air. It's very chaotic. So what we're going to be seeing is what I'm saying is in the outside world, in the financial markets, okay, in our money markets, in our housing markets, even closer to home, there can be this unstable nature where it's really necessary, and the indications are to really tap into this new energy, allow this new energy to penetrate deeply into your core and be changed. So it's like the chalkboard has been getting erased, and now we're getting the first new lines, the first new dashes, the first new potential, this reseeding time. So tap into, and what is so stabilizing is Mother Earth, Gaia. Sit on a rock, sit in a cave, touch the earth with your body, feel yourself centered in this dimensional reality, in this physical world. And as you go within, you will realize that you are a portal to the infinite. You still yourself. And that leads me to the mantra for this week. The truth cannot be spoken. It can only be felt within. Feel your truth. Sit in your truth. This is not a time to get distracted, not a time to get flustered and blown away and try to adapt and plug the dike. This is a time of tapping into your power. And you will only realize your power when you are the center of the tornado, when you are in the center of the vortex. And all the change and all the disorientation and all the chaos and all the fear that's swirling around, you are centered. You are the foundation. And you being the center, you being the foundation, is the result of your inner work. And your inner work at this time is tapping into the root chakra, the dark, the depths, the feminine, the Gaia within. This is the Mercury-Jupiter-Lilith conjunction going on in Taurus. So it's really very powerful. Yesterday, on the 15th, Venus turned retrograde. It's going to stay retrograde for like 6 weeks. This is that feminine energy. Retrograde is review, reflect, reconnect. So this is an inward time, even within our relationships. That Venus is flowing together in a beautiful exact trine with Saturn for over a week. So this is a time of, as you stabilize yourself in your own truth, your relationships will result, and you speak your truth within your relationships. That is the only way to fully get your needs met and to really see if that relationship has the potential of filling, of meeting your deepest core needs. So get in touch with your deepest core needs. Don't fear that they're too much or they're too weird or they're too crazy. It's time to move into your core identity, and from that core identity, then speak, reach out, and allow the universe to meet you in your truth. So, you had your week off last week. We had that Sun-Jupiter, and the Sun-Jupiter is still going on a little bit. And if anything, my experience of the Sun-Jupiter has just been too much. Excess. Jupiter expands and blows it all up. It's really big. It can bring in too much happening. So, but now that you've had that week off of that Sun Jupiter, now this weekend we're going to be moving into, it can be a week off, tapping into your core, sitting still in yourself. That can be considered reflection, can be considered recreation by our society and by our partners perhaps. But it's time to chill out and slow down because it's going to start whipping. The change is coming. The tornadoes, the vortexes, the whirlpools, the toilet flush, however you want to look at it. Get down to the essential, release and let go of the excess, of the extraneous, get into the core and solidify. Root yourself. Get ready. The winds of change are coming. They're right around the corner. Aloha, namaste. So much love.